Special Investigating Unit says it's put measures in place to protect witnesses and whistleblowers following speculation that a Gauteng government official's murder could be linked to her role as a witness in a corruption case. Babita Deokaran was shot in the south of Johannesburg this week. She was the chief financial officer in the Gauteng Health Department, which is currently under investigation by the SIU for alleged corruption in the procurement of personal protective equipment to the tune of 300 million rand. 7 suspects have been arrested in connection with her murder. Kaza Kganyago is spokesperson for the SIU and is with us now to talk about these latest developments. Mr. Kganyago, always good to have you on Newsfeed PM. Let's begin with why, in your statement on this issue, you've steered clear of linking the Deokaran murder to any of your investigations.
Thank you very much, Mbekile, and to your viewers. We stay clear because we respect the rule of law, and we understand that she was killed and the investigation is going on, and we are even happy now that there are people that are arrested, because that will then shed light to why she was murdered in the way that she was murdered. Therefore, at this moment, it's just speculation that it might be linked to us, because that is not confirmed by the police.
And just be patient with me here for a moment. We know that the arrests were announced on Friday, and there's been speculation about Ms. Deokaran's murder possibly being linked to her role as a witness in the PPE scandal in Gauteng. When would you, as the SIU, find out whether the 7 people arrested likely acted with a motive linked to your investigation? Would that happen solely in court?
Not necessarily. Obviously, we are in contact with the police. We are assisting them with whatever they need from us. Therefore, if there is a need for them to indicate certain things to us, they will do so. From our point of view, we were very clear. When the murder happened and the journalists were asking us the questions around whether she was involved with us, and we said yes. But one thing that people need to understand is we protect the identities of our witnesses, especially with her. And one thing that the public needs to know is she has been working with us as a witness for over 11 years, and people never knew about it. Therefore, it's a clear sign that we protect our witnesses.
You've said that even though she has been killed, for whatever motive at this point, that's under investigation, you don't expect her death to adversely affect your investigations into the PPE scandal. Are you able to share with us just the extent of her involvement as a witness in that matter? What information were you relying on her for?
Yes, it was mainly in her capacity as a chief director responsible for finances in the Department of Health. Therefore, she was our go-to person in as far as information that we needed in the department. Therefore, why are we saying that it will not affect our investigation? Our investigations are almost at the tail end, and we have already received all the documents that we would have needed from her a long time. Therefore, if her killing was related to that, it will not make any difference, because for the people who would have killed, because the information is already with us and we are processing it as we speak.
And Ms. Deokaran was one of, 320, I think, witnesses in this investigation. If you are saying that you've rolled up or improved measures to protect witnesses, are you able to protect that volume of people all at once?
Yes, we do not protect everybody, because not everybody is at risk. We make sure that we evaluate the risk, but also we talk to our investigators. When they go to the witnesses, they must give them and offer them an opportunity to indicate if they are in a position where they are threatened or something is happening to them. In that case, we evaluate that and we immediately put them into witness protection together with the NPA. Or we give them protection if they are going to stay in their own homes. If we don't do it to each and every witness, because you must understand that here in the public space, people are talking about people being star witness or whatever kind of witness. We don't have such. We just have people that give us information when we need the information, and we take them as the same, all of them. And if any one of them is threatened in whatever way, as it has happened before, in some instances before in the life visit Dimeni, there were people who were threatened, and we were able to protect them. And we just reiterating the fact that we are able to do so as the SIU. We have done it before. We continue to do it not only to the witnesses, but also to the whistleblowers, because there's a difference between a whistleblower and a witness. But also we do it to our own investigators when they are being attacked.
And do you have the same obligations towards whistleblowers and witnesses, given that they do hold somewhat of a different status in an investigation?
Yes, we do. Any one of them, if they are threatened, whether they are whistleblower, people must understand a whistleblower is the one who blows the whistle on corruption that is being seen. But a witness doesn't necessarily have to be a whistleblower. It's somebody that gives us the information that we need. And sometimes they give us that information because of the capacity of the work that they do. If it is about you as an organization and we come to you and say, you have done 1, 2, 3. For example, you, Tembeki, can be a witness in a sense that you would have interviewed somebody and would have an interest in that interview. And we ask you to give us, when we've got the clip, we ask you to confirm whether that interview was done by you. You become the witness by virtue of doing that. And those people not necessarily, they are not necessarily in danger of anything.
And are any of the Gauteng PPE scandal witnesses and perhaps other people who've provided you with information, have they reported any jitters, any level of anxiety given this week's events?
Not up to this point, but obviously, even if they do, we would not make it public, because it will then put them in more danger. Because if we then say people are doing that, it becomes a problematic situation for us, for those people. Therefore, we try to protect them as much as possible by not divulging their security details.
And you know, we're speaking about the issue of whistleblowers and the protection of witnesses. Often when we talk about it, it's linked to the more grand, massive cases in the country linked to either a big government department or a political figure. I'm just wondering about the level of risk from your assessment that your witnesses and whistleblowers encounter on the regular.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be about a big case. If there is we have got instances that can be proven that people are being intimidated, whether the case is what the people call big because it has got political figures or big government personalities, it doesn't matter to us. All that we want is to protect the people, so that people must be free to come to us. For an example, from the beginning when we start the process, when somebody comes to us with information and say, I don't want to be known, it is very clear we have got a company that is not even at the SIU, where all these messages or SMSs, phone calls go to. They receive that, protect the identity of the person, even from the officials of the SIU, so that we are able to make sure that people are protected from the beginning. We then continue to deal with them. That's why when we do presentation, you'll see, when we do presentation to SCOPA or any other portfolio committee, we don't mention people's names in our presentations. We make sure that they are protected. We only mention those whose names are already in the public space. For example, when cases are already before court or before the tribunal, we are able to then mention them. But those that are in our documents, we don't mention them because we need to protect them continuously.
Kaza Khanyago, spokesperson for the Special Investigating Unit. Good to speak to you, sir. Thank you.